First one, I don't know that you'll ever get a zero interest rate against XRP. Even premium collateral, you're going to have to borrow at whatever the prime rate is. So whatever the prime rate is what I think we're going to get as the best option against XRP. Now, similar to how things work today, if you were to lend your crypto or borrow against it, if you hold it on a platform that gets to leverage it in some way, they will let you lend at a lower interest rate because they're going to generate additional yield with that crypto. That's rehypothecation. Most people don't want to do that. They would rather pay the higher interest rate so that their assets stay right there and they're not rehypothecated and there's no additional risk associated with that company going bankrupt, like we saw with Celsius and Voyager and FTX. Now, as things progress here, and we have pseudo accounts on the XRPL, I believe that you will be able to participate in liquidity pools and you'll have borrow lend on chain. So the way that I'm looking at this is, let's say there's a counterparty that we trust that is willing to accept a reflection of the XRP out of Anchorage. So your XRP stays in Anchorage. We reflect it with them on their balance sheet. They do whatever they're going to do with it. Hopefully it's super low risk. I would, again, if we're working with them, we're going to make sure of that. Somebody else, I don't know. But for us, we're going to make sure it's super low risk. And, they'll pass back the returns to the client. That might take a form like a CD or something where you say, hey, I'm going to give it to you and you're going to be able to reflect this for 6 months or a year and use it on your balance sheet to generate returns for your company and pass us the majority of it. The next thing that you could do is if you get an issued asset against that, it's a taxable event, which is stupid, even though it's the same representation of value. If it's transferred to another network, it's a taxable event. So I don't know how things currently work with Axelar, but I think they meant MXRP. And if you get that in exchange for your XRP, based on the tax laws that exist today, that would be a taxable event because the XRP is now locked on Axelar's network and not on the native network. Flare doesn't do that. Flare just reflects that value on their blockchain. So the XRP stays on the XRP ledger, it's escrowed, and it's reflected over there through price oracles. Very different than the XRP actually moving to the other blockchain and being exchanged for a value.